do you enjoy that process? Do you dub your own lines?
I speak Kannada. That's my mother tongue. And Tamil is now my second mother tongue. Now I speak Tamil really well. But I haven't yet started dubbing in Tamil.
Let me ask your views about a few of the actors, and let's see what you have to say about them. Rajinikanth sir,
Oh my God. Oh my God. Now that is the best way to describe him.
Imran Hashmi.
He's one of my most favorite co-stars because Imran, like he has this image of, being the bad guy on screen, the naughty guy.
You have this unique distinction that you worked in Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, and obviously you've started your journey in Hindi as well. So working in so many languages, I'm sure that it must be high because I've spoken to actresses who have maybe worked in say Telugu and Tamil and say Kannada, but maybe not in Malayalam, or maybe in Malayalam but not in Kannada, for example. But you have worked say in all four South Indian languages. Do you enjoy that process? Do you dub your own lines?
So I speak Kannada. That's my mother tongue. And Tamil is now my second mother tongue. Now I speak Tamil really well. But I haven't yet started dubbing in Tamil. So, and Telugu, obviously, I learned over the few years that I've worked. And Malayalam, I don't know yet completely, but I manage my lines and everything. So it's fun to, and I love learning new languages. So it's a lot of fun that way because you get to show off how many languages you know, and then people are always surprised. So it's just another added list of your achievements. And Hindi, मैं Bombay से हूँ, so obviously I know how to speak in Hindi. I know Marathi, so it's great to be able to converse with people of various states and be able to kind of easily work in different industries and learn new languages. And I mean, I would love to learn even more, provided I really put in effort and learn some new languages like maybe French or Spanish. One of those.
And amongst all your films, which has been the most satisfying one as an actor that you feel that maybe you have put in your best?
Well, there are two films which I are very close to my heart, and because of those films, I've got more work, and people, associate me with those films. And even now, they will, okay, they will be like, okay, she's worked in Kavya Talavan and Pardesi, and we've seen her work, so let's have her on board for a role that demands sort of like this, either it's a female oriented or some challenging role, then they think of me. So these two films, and I'm really grateful to my directors. Bala sir, this is the role that I played, the role of Angamma, um, in Pardes, which really is one of my most favorite projects that I worked on. And Kavya Talavan, which is again by a national award director Vasan Balan, who after watching this film, offered me Kavya Talavan. And I played a stage artist from the 1930s, 1940s. So I got to don a lot of get-ups and there was different looks. I was with Prithviraj and Siddharth in the film. And the music was by Rahman sir. The second time I got to work with Rahman sir, so I was like really thrilled. And I've always been a fan. I mean, who is it, right? So yeah, like these two films are like really special and close.
And Pardesi, I believe you played a village girl.
Yeah, so this is exactly the get up, and they had to like darken my skin, and I played a 17-year-old girl in the film, who kind of is comes from a very very poor background, and she, um, at the age of 17, ends up having a child, like without getting married with the actor, like the character that Atharva played in the film. So it was a very challenging and very unique role.
And Vedika, how do you look at this entire onslaught, literally, of of South films and how they have become mainstream now. You cannot call it regional anymore because South cinema is in a way ruling the roost right now, with so much recognition that it is getting even in the Hindi belt as well. What are your views on this entire phenomenon that we're experiencing right now?
Well, I think when it comes to not a barrier, obviously, because films are being dubbed, and after all, movies depict human relationships and feelings, which is a universal, uh, obviously everybody can relate to it. So I think also the films that are being made in South, they have really, really unique characters, unique scripts, uh, fantastic music. I mean, recently, so many songs have become viral from South, and on Instagram, they are so popular. And it's also a change for the North audience to see something different. It has a novel quality. So I think, novelty is something which also has attracted a lot of North Indians and international audience towards South films. So yeah, I mean, they keep experimenting. They go all out, and that is, I guess, fun to watch, and it makes for an interesting filmmaking, you know, um, structure and an experience for the audience.
Let me ask your views about a few of the actors, and let's see what you have to say about them.
Okay.
Rajnikant sir.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Now that is the best way to describe him because, oh, I don't know. I'm speechless. He is, I've met him, right? So, and he was the kindest person I've ever met. He makes you feel like you're a big star, and as if he is just a regular human being. And I've never ever met anybody being. He's like the superstar of superstars. He's not even a superstar, So just meeting him has been such a enigmatic sort of humbling experience, and he's so kind. And he had seen a film of mine actually about I had worked with P. Vasu sir, who's directed Rajnikant sir previously, and P. Vasu sir had showed him one of my films, Shivalinga, and I had forgotten that Rajni sir had seen the screening of it. So when I went to meet him with Gaurav sir when we did Kancha, um, he said, "Oh my God, I saw your film Shivalinga. Vasu showed it to me, and he showered me with compliments." And I was like, "Oh my God, is this really happening?" I was like, "Oh my God, how did I forget that he'd actually seen the screening and he remembered it?" After a couple of years, he did remember exactly what I did in the film, and he complimented me on the body language and things. I was like, okay, he clearly remembers a lot. So I was like, oh my God. So, I mean, there was, I mean, he did. I mean, I hope I get to work with him someday. That's all I can say. I mean, we spoke a lot more, but I really want to work with him.
Favorite film of Rajnikant sir?
There's so many, like Baksha, there is Robo, like so many good films of his, Shivaji. So, and Charles Baz, I love his character in it. If the audience can relate to it. He played a really, really sweet guy next door, street smart taxi driver, if I believe correctly. And his and Sridevi ma'am's chemistry was fantastic.
Allu Arjun.
Oh, he is such a fabulous dancer. I've met him a couple of times. He's extremely humble and he's such a good dancer. We had met at an awards function. And he's very humble, very sweet. Yeah, yeah, he's very generous with that.
How do you respond to the way Pushpa has been received all across India?
Really happy. Like when I told you the songs have gone so viral, and DSP is a friend of mine, the music director of Pushpa, Devi Shri Prasad. We've done a film together as well. So I messaged him. I'm like, you are rocking all over the world. Literally Pushpa songs, and I'm so happy for the entire team, for Allu Arjun and DSP and everybody who's part of that film. it's a huge, sort of encouragement for the southern industry as well to really, that there are no limits, they are limitless. And, with this film reaching all over the world, even international footballers to stars dancing to these songs. Um, so I'm really happy for the Pushpa team, entire team.
So your favorite film of Allu Arjun?
My favorite film of Allu Arjun would be there was a film with Sukumar he did. I really loved that one. I forgot the name. But Pushpa I've seen, and I really, really loved his work in that. This earlier film with Sukumar sir was, I forgot the name, but it's such a beautiful film. That's one of my favorite films of his. And Pushpa, of course, with his body language, and he was so rustic and so natural. There was no, not even like a second of a put on sort of a act or projection. He was really natural.
All right, Junior NTR.
Fabulous dancer. He's just extraordinary. Yeah. I mean, extremely humble as well. I've only interacted with him once, like suppose on social media, and he has been like really, really sweet.
He has this gregarious personality, extremely like I think.
Fabulous dancer. Like there's so many good dancers, but he just stands out. Because he totally enjoys every step that he does, and he just is marvelous.
All right, Prabhas.
After Bahubali, like, there are no words to explain how fantastic he is, and he's become truly a superstar in, like, he's reached all over the world, and not just South cinema. Just a few years back, Prabhas was only known to the South Indian audience mainly and to people who watch dubbed films. But after Bahubali, he's truly one of the biggest superstars, of not only the country, but I believe, to have this kind of reach all over the world is something which is a really huge achievement.
All right, what about Kicha Sudeepa?
Fabulous he is, obviously. He's doing such great work in Hindi as well. I watched Dabang, he was fantastic in it. We haven't yet worked together, but hopefully, I'll get to work with him. He's super talented.
Okay, so I've covered in a way Tamil and Telugu and Kannada. Now I come to Malayalam. Prithviraj.
Prithvi is super talented. We've done two films together. So one is Kavya Talaivan, in which we both played period characters, and we never spoke during Kavya Talaivan at all. We were just very, very like, okay, what is this scene, this, that. We didn't really speak much then. But in our second film that we did, James and Alice, uh, he played James and I played Alice. So it was a really, really challenging role. Those were like really challenging roles for both of us. But he was super, super encouraging, and he always appreciated after a scene that he liked. After I did a scene that he liked, he would sometimes even clap and encourage me because I said like probably 2 pages of Malayalam dialogue at a stretch, and he would be the first person to clap, and the entire team would join in. So he's extremely supportive and kind and generous hearted person.
Imran Hashmi.
He's one of my most favorite co-stars because Imran, like he has this image of being the bad guy on screen, the naughty guy, but in person he is such an intelligent, well-read guy. Like you learn so much from him. He's so knowledgeable. Um, had to learn a lot from him, and his professionalism, his discipline, just having this extremely positive impact, not only on his own in his own life, but also he has this infectious positivity, you know, going around, and that's like the best part about him. And he's an extremely fine actor.
So Vedika, what are your future plans now? Any more films in Hindi?
Yeah, so I am doing Hindi. I was supposed to start a web series 2021, but now that's pushed to 2022. So I'm looking forward to that. And South, I'm doing two, three films in Tamil, a film in Malayalam, two in Kannada, one more I'm about to sign, and there's a bilingual as well, Tamil. So I'm excited for this year. It's going to be busy, but it's going to be fun doing what I love. So yeah, 2022 looks fun and exciting.
No, it should be. And so you have a great time in Maldives on your birthday, and all the best wishes for your future. Thank you very much for talking to me.
Thank you so much, and you have a fabulous birthday as well. Happy birthday in
Thank you.
advance. And I really have to get down to reading Dust of Sadness, which is your poetry collection coming. I think it's come out already, so I
You
really want to.
so whenever you're in Bombay, I'll personally gift you a copy.
Yeah, perfect. Looking forward to it, and keep the beautiful poems coming. And I keep following you on Instagram and seeing all your shero shairi. There's so much depth and such meaningful poems. I don't know, like, I mean, for me, it's very difficult to sit and write a poem, but I don't know how each and every time you come up with something new, and everything is so, like, it's so sensitive, emotional, beautiful, and I don't know, I'm speechless. So please keep them coming. Would love to read more of
Sure.
it, and looking forward to Dust of Sadness.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Vedika. All the best wishes and happy birthday.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Take care. Bye.